All right, hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We are going to be using like a long TheraBand at one point in the later part of the class. If you don't have a TheraBand, you can even use just like a scarf or just like a long towel. All right, come on up to your feet. And this is what I was talking about. One of these guys, if you have it. All right, toes pointing straight ahead. We're going to do our it's called a spinal cord breathing. So it helps get the airflow and the fluid that goes up and down your spinal cord moving. So you're going to have your toes pointing straight ahead. You want to have just a little bit of bend in your knees. And now we're going to bring the arms around. You're going to bring your forearms together and palms together. Now pull the upper part of your arm down into your chest, pull the belly button in and turn your chin down. As you breathe in, you're going to lift the chest, separate the arms, turn your head up to the ceiling, and now pull the shoulders back and down. Beautiful. On the exhale, bring it all back in, blow the air out, tuck the chin down, pull the hips under, pausing at the end of the breath. And then that's our rhythm. Breathe in, lift. Nice deep breath, arms back and down, eyes up to the ceiling. Good job. A few more, find your rhythm. Exhale, tucking under. Inhale, lift. And don't beat yourself up if you get a little bit off on the inhale and the exhale. Just think about gradually moving here. You want to open up the upper part of your body. Moving probably in some motions that you don't do on a regular basis. Lifting the chest, pull the shoulders back and down. Let's go 1 to 2 more. Exhale, tuck it under. Blow all the air out of the lungs. Inhale, lift. Good job. Go ahead and finish that cycle. And then relax those arms down to the side. Set your feet just a little bit wider. And then we're going to just start with some, or not start. We're going to next move into some shoulder rolls. So up and back and down. Feel free to bring the elbows into it. Alternate which arm's on top. And we're trying to bring those shoulders up and into the ears. So then we can send them back and down, lifting the chest. Couple more. Pretty normal to have like some clicks and pops through there. One more time. Very good. Walk the feet in a little bit. Let's go hands on the hips. And we're going to start with your left arm. Little bend to those knees. And then you're going to reach across either in front of the face or up to overhead as you feel ready. Bringing it back down, up and across. Try to follow your hand with your eyes. So you're going to kind of watch your hand coming down to the shoulder and then following it as it comes up, reaching up to overhead. Good. Breathe in as you bring the hand down and then breathe out as you reach. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Very good. In between sides, both hands on the hips. Kind of reposition those feet just a little bit and then roll those hips around. Hip circles, circle them around. Very good. Shirley, good to have you here. If you want to turn your camera on, it's off right now. We always appreciate being able to see your face. If it doesn't work for you to have it on, not a problem. Reverse directions of those hip circles when you're ready. Nice and gradual here. Waking up those hips, sending them back all the way through. Very good. All right, we're going to take our side stretch on the opposite side. There we go. Oh, it went back off. So one hand on the hip, opposite hand now. We're going to, there it is. Oh, bring it to the shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale as you reach. It's like playing a game with us. Pop it on, pop it off on that camera. Good. Remember to try to follow your hand with your gaze, looking down and looking across. Couple more. I'm just going to go airplane mode with this phone for a second. Finish out those side stretches. Good. Last one. And release. Fantastic. Shake out those arms. We're going to go into our torso rotations next. So you're going to take the arms out to the side and then clasp them together in front of the body. Make sure your knees aren't locked out, just a little bend to the knees. And now we're going to rotate, bringing your arms to one side, following your hands with your gaze. And then back to center, same thing other way. I'm going to pull the arms across the body, Turn the head and neck as well. Good job. Let's go about 3 times each side. I like to gently exhale as I pull across, kind of empty out the air out of the lungs. Breathe in as I come back to center, and then nice and gentle exhale as I pull across. Good. One more time each side. Focus on those shoulders too. Make sure they're staying down out of your ears. Good job. Balance yourself out. Same thing, opposite side. And go ahead and release. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're just gonna wake up our hamstrings a little bit. So standing nice and tall, toes pointing straight ahead. You can either cross the arms over your shoulders or you can take them behind the head if you wanna open the chest a little bit more. Just a gentle bend to the knees. Pull your belly button in, kind of brace your core. And now nice and smooth, sending your hips back, bowing forward, looking down towards the floor. Push through your feet, squeeze the glutes, standing tall. Good. Chin in as you bow forward, looking down, nice and smooth here. Over and up, eyes up, shoulders back. Good job. Let's go a couple more. Bowing forward and standing tall. Find something to focus on as you stand up. And last one, sending those hips back, long spine and straight up. Beautiful. When you finish that, we're just going to start to side step with the feet and add that arm swing into it. Alternating which arm swings forward on top. Nice wide handprint. So I try to spread my fingers as wide as I can from thumb to pinky. Good job. Couple more here. All right, beautiful. From here, we're going to go into our first sequence. If you want to have a chair nearby to help with the balance, and if you want to hold a nice light weight, we're going to be starting with what's called a cross body chop. So I'm going to hold a nice light weight with both hands. So I just kind of am holding it in both hands, just like so. And we're going to start with the feet about hip width apart. You're going to take your weight, or you can just take your fist as well, down to your left hip. And I'm sending my hips back just slightly, like a little dip in the hips. And then as I stand, I'm trying to throw some water over my right shoulder. There you go. So I hinge forward down to the opposite hip and then across, throw the water over the shoulder. Good. And I allow my left foot to pivot ever so slightly as I open the hip and throw that water across. Good job. Let's go a couple more. Down and drive across. You're going to feel the front of that left hip open as you twist. Try to squeeze the glute on that trail leg. Last one. Over and relax. Good job. We're going to go same thing, opposite side. So now you're going to bring your hands to your right hip, pivot, throwing the water over your left shoulder, pivot through the right foot, down, sending those hips back, and up and across. Squeeze the glute on that leg you're pivoting off of. Down and up. Nice. Couple more. Down and up. Awesome. Down and up. Fantastic. Go ahead and set your weight down. Find something that you can balance on. We're going to do this first one standing, and it's going to be a hip extension. So working on that glute. Standing nice and tall. I'm going to start with my left foot. I'm going to point the toe, like reach the foot forward, and I'm going to lift my toes, glide the foot back, and we're just focusing on squeezing the glute without arching the back. So again, I point the foot forward, and then glide the foot back, squeezing here. And it's totally appropriate. Place your palm right on that butt cheek, right on that glute. And then you can have something to kind of squeeze into. That's the benefit of being in the comfort of your own home for this here. Squeeze that bum, squeeze it into the hand. Couple more. Point the toe, glide that foot back, toe still pointing straight ahead. Last one. Point it forward and glide it back. Fantastic. Shake it out. Same thing, opposite side. So standing tall, I'm gonna point the foot forward, lift the foot, glide it back. Remember, we can use the hand on the glute. Glute, just another name for your bum. Point the toe, lift, squeeze. Good. Forward and back. When we sit quite a bit throughout the day, we lose the ability to contract the glutes. And then oftentimes we'll compensate in the low back. Point it forward, glide it back, couple more. Forward and back, lifting up out of the hips as you do so. One more. And release. Fantastic. All right, standing nice and tall. What we're gonna do next is just nice and simple. You're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna kind of swing the right leg forward, reaching for the right thigh. So left hand to the right leg to the left. And just ever so gently, just a straight arm, straight leg. You don't have to go very far. Okay. And ideally, we're coming on that single leg support. But if you don't feel comfortable to lift the leg up, you can also just keep the feet planted and reach the hands across. Otherwise, straight arm, straight leg. About another 20 seconds here. Good. This is the end of set one. We're going to go back to those, we call it a cross body chop. So back to the start next. So we're going to do it 2 more times through with a little bit of different variation each time. Let's get a couple more side to side. Ooh, lost my balance a little bit there. See, it happens to me too. So be kind to yourself. If you get a little bit wobbly on your feet, just do the best you can. All right, shake it out. Let's grab a drink and then we'll be back to our cross body chops. All right, we're gonna start in about 10 seconds. You can have a nice light weight. Remember, we're kind of holding it with both hands. Slight bend in those knees. We're gonna take that weight to your left hip, and then we're gonna pivot through that left foot, throwing the water over the shoulder, hinging down, weight into that heel, and then driving up and across. Good. Down and pivot. Squeeze the glute as you extend that hip. Nice. Back and down and up and across. Fantastic. Couple more. And for the breathing, I breathe in as I bring my hand to my hip, and then I exhale as I throw that water. Good job. Same thing, opposite side. Okay. Reset the feet. And then I'm going to show it from the side this time. Little bend in those knees. Hand to your right hip. And then we're throwing the water over the left shoulder. Hinging down and up and across. Pivot through your right foot. Down and up. Nice. Down and up and across. Halfway through. Over and up. Good. Over and up. Maybe a couple more. Breathe in and breathe out as you throw the water over the shoulder. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Fantastic. Set the weight down. Hip extension next. So you can do that version we did standing, point the foot, glide the foot, or we can come down where you place the hands underneath the shoulders on the table, on your bench. Walk the feet back. We're going to be starting with your left leg. So if you want to add to it, we're going to go left knee towards the left hand, and then you're going to extend that leg straight back. So up and in and extend. All right, so if you're not with me, we're going to get ready to start. So again, either that standing version, holding onto the chair, or in the bent over position. And 2, 1, here we go. Left leg. You're in that bent over position, knee towards the elbow, and then guiding it back. Toe points down towards the floor. And whether you're standing or in this bent over position, belly button engaged, avoiding that arched back position. Nice. Glide it in, glide it back. Breathe in and exhale. A couple more. Toe point straight ahead or straight down to the floor. And release. Same thing, other side. Either standing tall or bounding forward, but just come out of that position for a second. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Right leg this time. Knee towards the elbow if you're in the bent over position. Squeezing the glute. Beautiful. Breathe in, extend back. And once you have an idea of what you're doing for the movement, bring your head into a neutral position as well. So you want to turn your gaze If you're in this bent over position, down to the hands. If you're standing tall, looking straight ahead. Let's get a couple more. Up and in and back. Last one, up and back. Beautiful. Go ahead and come on up to standing. Back to that cross crawl pattern. We're going to practice this for a minute. So you're welcome to stick with that straight arm, straight leg, nice and smooth. If you want more of a challenge, we'll go to that alternating knee to elbow. So it'll be more of a bent arm. You bring the knees up a little bit higher and really focus on that balance up and across. So again, either straight arms, straight legs, or bend the elbow, pull the knee towards the elbow. But what we're focused on here is left hand to the left leg, right hand to the left leg. I say that right? Left hand to the right leg, left hand to the right leg. Left hand to the halfway through. Good. Either straight arm, straight leg, or bending it through. Elbow towards the opposite knee or thigh. Very good. 20 seconds left. Taking your time. There you go. It's a brain exercise as much as it is a body exercise. 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. That's the end of 2. Let's take 30 seconds, drink some water, and we'll be back to those cross chops. All right. 10 seconds till we start. You'll get your light weight, holding it with 2 hands, feet about hip width apart. We're going to start from your left hip, throw in the water over the right shoulder. 2, 1, here we go. Up and across, pivot through that left foot. Good. Down and in, pull that belly button in. Exhale as you throw the water over the shoulder. Yep, breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fantastic. 10 seconds left. Over and up. Good. Over and up. Last one. We're going to pivot through that left foot and relax. Good job. Same thing other side. Reposition the feet, kind of move them around just a hair. And then whenever you're ready, right hip over the left shoulder. Down and across. Pivoting through that right foot this time. Breathe in. Exhale as you rotate. Fantastic. Down and up. And I'm not bringing my hands down low on my thighs. I'm just up by the hip. Like I'm trying to put my hand in my outside pocket. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good job. Couple more. In and out. Beautiful. Last one. Breathe in and out. Fantastic. All right. Hip extension next. Either standing tall or supporting the hands underneath the shoulders. Nice deep breath. Place those hands, walk the feet back, left leg first, knee towards the same side elbow. Extend. If you're standing, toes pointing straight ahead. If you're in this bent over position, toe pointing down. Glide it in and send it back. Good. In and back. And just watch, we have that tendency to want to arch the back. So you got to really keep that midline engaged as you extend the leg. Just extending through the hips. Squeeze the bum. Last one. And release. Walk it in, shake it out. Same thing, opposite side. All righty, set your feet into position. Place those hands down and begin when you're ready. Right leg this time, pulling it in. And I'm probably going to kick my box. Yep. Extend it back. Glide it in and straight back. Squeeze the bum, fire the glute. And speak kindly to your body. Speak nicely to yourself. We beat ourselves up. It makes it that much harder to come back and do it again. Your subconscious is like, why do I want to go do something that you're just yelling at yourself the whole time? Glide it in, glide it back. So depending upon how your relationship has been to fitness up into this point in time, sometimes we got to recreate. Last one. Breathe in Breathe out and relax. Beautiful. Coming up to your feet. Final little bit of our cross crawl exercise. So remember our options here: straight arm, straight leg in front of the body. You can have the bent arm to the bent leg in front of the body. Or if you want even more of a challenge, it's you start to reach behind the body. So I bring my foot to my hand behind the body. So this would be the third variation. You feel a little bit off center, maybe not the choice. We're going to go another 30 seconds here. So you can either stick with that behind or stick with it in front. Good job. A little bit of alternating here. Fantastic. Nice, Diane. Yep. This could also be done seated, not so much in front behind the body, but in front of the body if you ever need to take a break off the legs. If you want to exercise your mind a little bit while you're sitting in your chair, lift your knees, bring your hand to the opposite knee. Good job. Couple more times, side to side. And 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Fantastic. All right, grab that water. You can do a little bit of stretching, and then we'll get ready for our second circuit. We've got 3 circuits here today. All right, everybody. So we're going to go quad stretch next. This is probably one of the more challenging stretches that we do with this group. So if you can't grab your foot, I want you to come into that stagger stance, raise the arms up and opening the front of the hip from this position. If you can grab your foot, please feel free to balance on something, lifting up, and now we're looking to grab that foot with the same side hand, stretching out those quads. So if you're able to, go ahead and join me. We're going to hold for 20 here. Just making a point to stand tall up out of the hip. We want to avoid sinking to that hip. Just under 10 seconds. And with all of our stretches here, we want them to be nice and gentle. 2, 1. Go ahead and release that foot. Same thing, opposite side. So again, if you're like, I cannot grab my foot, we're standing in a stagger stance, arms up to overhead or on the shoulders, pushing that back hip forward. We just want to lengthen the quad. Otherwise, grab the same side foot with the same side hand. Shoulders back and down. We're going to hold about 20 seconds here.
Oh.
Good work. Couple more seconds. Keep hanging on there if you can. I'm just going to put everybody back on mute. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. All right. Fantastic. Next, we're going to go behind the back stretch. So if you can't quite reach the hands together behind you, not a problem. Grab your band, grab your scarf, and then hold on to that. We're looking to extend those elbows without letting the ribs lift up. So ribs down, feet about hip width apart, or you can walk them a little bit wider if you want to take it into this forward fold. For the forward fold, root down into those legs, slight bend in those knees, and you're going to send your hips back and just try to pull those arms over your shoulders, over your head. It's not literally over the head, obviously, but best you can. Strong in the legs and core. One more breath. And then if you're bent over, come on up to the top. Find a spot to focus on. Good job. Release those hands. Shake it out. Beautiful. All right, we're getting ready for some squats or some sit-stand. So sitting to a chair and standing. If you can join me, we do what was called a squat sit. So I'm going to hold on to the back of the chair. You can do the same. Hold on to a countertop if you have a doorway nearby. You're going to set your feet about hip width apart, turning one toe towards 11, the other toe towards 1 o'clock on the dial. And then we're going to hold on. As you hold on, chest up, send your hips back, driving your knees wide. Really important to keep those heels planted as you lower down. And then when you're ready, use your upper body, drive your feet into the ground and pull yourself back up to the top. Fantastic. We're going to go 1 to 2 more, just depending upon your comfort. Eyes up, chest up, heels stay planted. I'm driving my knees out nice and wide so they're not dipping in. Good. Diane, try to hold on above your shoulders a little bit. Eyes up, chest up. Better. And then coming up to the top. Good job. Shoulders down. You got it, Ann. Here we go. Holding strong, Shirley. Knees drive wide. And making your way back up. Fantastic. All right, everybody. So on the squats, you can either go unassisted, reaching the arms out, sitting back. If you're more skilled and more experienced with the squat, if you'd like to hold weights, you can hold them up at the shoulders, or we can squat to the chair. Same idea, with or without weights. So we're gonna do our first round here, about 10 seconds. So just kind of follow along with me. We're gonna be doing it 3 times. So I'm gonna demo the first round of the chair. So setting those feet slight toe out, and 2, 1, here we go. Try to lower down with control, sitting back. Lightly sit if you're sitting down, or control into the squat. Yeah, control back. And stand. Drive your feet down as you come up. So you're trying to put that downward force into the floor. And that's where you get your power to come up to the top. Back and down. And up. Good job. Me. One more. Sitting back, sitting back, sitting back. And up and through. Good job. Bend over row is next. We're going to start with the left arm. So place both hands underneath the shoulders, walking the feet back. If you have a weight available, you're going to hold it in the left arm. Belly button pulled in, reaching down and in. And here we go. Rowing that elbow straight up to the ceiling. Reach forward, up and in. Good. Inhale as you reach. Exhale on that row. Go 30 seconds here. Create that habit to pause in the top, pulling that elbow high, holding that weight right against the torso. Reach and pull. Squeeze that elbow. One more. Reach forward and hold. 2, 3, and rest. Good job. Come on up to standing in between arms. Give a little bit of a break on that position, and then same thing other side. Place your left hand down this time. Walk the feet back. And 2, 1, here we go. Right arm reaches forward, elbow pulls high. Breathe in to reach, exhale on that row. Smooth, good, Laura. Shoulder down out of the ear as you pull that elbow up and in. Breathe in, breathe out. 10 more seconds. Good. Turn your gaze to your support hand. And 2, 1, and release. Good job. Set it down. Walk those feet up and in. And let's just go ahead and kind of bring the arms up to the shoulders, slight bend in those knees, and just a gradual rotation here. Just rotating side to side. Loosen up that low back a little bit. That's set 1, everyone. We're going to go back to those squats for set 2. You're always welcome to stick with that chair squat. I am going to show this round unassisted. So shake it out. 20 seconds till we go. Your water glass is nearby. Great time to grab a quick drink. Otherwise, going in 10. Set the feet, eyes up. 2, 1. Here we go. Reaching back, knees drive wide. Good control. And stand. Good. So if you're not holding weights, I reach those arms straight out. Beautiful. Try to keep the hands above the shoulders and try to keep that eyes up, head up, looking straight on. Beautiful. Good. Control. Sinking back and stand. Couple more. Shoulders down out of the ears. And 2, 1. Finish that rep. And shake it out. Nice work. Bend over row on that left arm. Grab your weights. Walk your feet back. And 2, 1. Here we go. Reaching forward. Pulling through. Coordinate the breathing. Breathe in to reach. Exhale to row. There you go, Ann. Nice work. Good, Diane. Pull that elbow as high as you can, like elbow up towards the sky. Fantastic. Trying to get it above the torso. Pulling it back behind. Good. Breathe in, reach, exhale, row. 2, 1, and switching sides. Nice job. Middle way through the second round. Feet about hip width apart. Good support through that palm. Nice wide handprint on that left hand. 2, 1. Start when you're ready. Breathe in to reach. Exhale. Pull that elbow high. Good. Encouraging thoughts. Shoulder blade pulls in towards the spine at the top, reaching down, up and in. Couple more. Reach, row, reach, and last one, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Come on back up to your feet. Shaking it out. Woo. Let's kind of rock those hips side to side. Maybe you got some music on your end. Kind of rock the hips to the beat. Snap your fingers. Fantastic. We're going to go one more time through, everybody, starting in 20 seconds. Back to your squat. So stick with your chair if you prefer, or join us without the chair. 10 seconds. I'm going to hold a little bit of weight this time. So I'm going to hold it right underneath my chin. You can do the same or continue to reach those arms out. Set your feet about hip width apart, and here we go. Controlling down, sending those knees wide. So while I'm focused on my heels staying planted, also avoid lifting the toes up. So try to push the big toe down as you keep that whole foot planted on the floor. Good. Just over halfway, sinking down and standing through. Fantastic. Control down, keeping that ability to open through those hips and knees and stand tall. Last one. Everything nice and strong. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Bent over rows for the final time, starting with that left arm. Place those feet in position. Wide handprint on that right hand and grab your weight in the left. 2, 1, here we go. Reach it forward. Pull that elbow up and through. Nice high elbow position. Breathe in to reach and exhale on the row. Good. Pausing to the top, pulling that hand and weight all the way up and into the armpit, up against your torso. Couple more. Reach down, pull through. Last one. Let's hold for 3 and up and in. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. Last time, second arm. Coming on up for a second. Place those feet back to hip width apart, sending those hips back. Nice wide support through the left hand this time. 2, 1, here we go. Right arm, reach it forward, and then row up and in. We do this to strengthen our posture, to help our upper body positioning, shoulders back. You know, I think that you all are aware so much of our world is like right in front of our chest, right in front of us, and that tends to bring our posture forward. When we're on our phones all the time, maybe on your computer, you tend to have your arms in front of the body. You tend to get rounded through those shoulders. So we're helping to turn that around and keeping those shoulder blades back on the spine. Let's go one more. We're going to hold for 3, 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome job. All right, 2 sets done. Give yourself a little round of applause. If you're a little bit beat up from the day or from the week, a little bit fatigued today, feel free to call it there. Otherwise, on this next section is when we're going to use that long band or scarf. So if you want to go ahead and get that. And we're going to just kind of move right into this last bit here, and then we'll have some stretching at the end. So if you want to have something nearby to help with your balance, how we're going to start is you're going to kind of grab the end of your band or your scarf. You're going to place it down on the floor. And I just want to show something really quick. If you feel a little bit steady, for some reason, if your band's not long enough, please come down to a seated position and you can do your rows like so. Otherwise, we're going to be doing it from standing and it's going to be a little bit different positioning. But just if you feel a little bit uncomfortable standing, then take a seat for that. So what it's going to look like, you're going to take your left foot and stand right on the center of that band. From here, I have my feet hip width apart, and I'm going to step my right foot back just a little bit, like 1 or 2 feet. And now I'm going to hold on to my band. I can wrap my hands around as I like. I want my palms to be facing back behind me, tall through the chest, and then with straight arms, you're just going to push the hands straight back. So I reach forward and then I push straight back. Good. Forward and back, holding strong in the midline, not letting that back arch. You're activating your lats, like these big muscles of the back, kind of creates like a cape along the back. If you've seen people, a lot of musculature on their back, it's like that cobra hood. So we're activating those lats, reaching forward and then pushing, like I'm trying to push the air behind me. Good job. Go ahead and release. Step out of that. If you're seated, you're just simply going to switch feet. So now your right foot is going to stand right in the middle. Left foot's going to step back. I'm going to show it from the front and then I'll turn to the side. Whenever you're ready, palms pushing the air back behind you, reaching forward and then squeeze, shoulders down out of the ears. Reach and then back behind. From the side, like this, reaching forward, shoulders down. Good. Reach, back and in, 10 more seconds. Forward reach, squeeze. Couple more. Reach, back and in, back and in, back and in. One more. Reach it out, hold, and release. Good job. Walk the feet in, stepping out. If you are seated, you can either stay seated or come standing. From here, we're going to use our band, or if you prefer to grab your broomstick, you can use your broomstick. With the band, we're just going to hold it nice and wide. I actually still have mine folded in half, but you can lengthen out if you want. And guess what? We're going to open our shoulders. You got it, Ann. So we're going to bring it up and around, bringing it back, and bringing it forward. Good. Open that chest, bringing it back, open. And remember, we're going to avoid that sway back so my ribs are down. You don't have to see how far you can reach. Maybe it's here. You're getting a nice opening. Down and in. A couple more. Reaching it back and closing it down. Last one. And then we're going to go into some elevated burpees. So if you've been a little lightheaded today, maybe skip this one. Otherwise, set your band or your broomstick down. You're going to go back to that surface that you were using for your elevated row. And 3, 2, 1. Join me if you like. Place the hands down, step the feet back. Step them in, squeeze your glutes, reach up to overhead. Place the hands, stepping it back, up and in, and reach. Very good. This is where you want to really smile, elevate some joy, some positive emotions as you're standing tall. Beautiful. Just over halfway. Woo! There you go. Good. Step it back, step it forward, and reach. Let's go one more. Back, up, and reaching for the ceiling. Fantastic. From there, a little bit of blood flow so you can dance. If you're comfortable to just gently bounce, you can bounce, right? Or even some step jacks. That's our first set. We're going to do it twice more, everybody. Going back to that stagger stance and that straight arm row. All right, let's grab some water. And we'll go into that second set. Okay, so remember you could do this seated if you'd like. If you feel a little bit unstable. Otherwise, you're going to lengthen that band out. Your left foot is going to step right in the center of it. Step the right foot back, hips, feet are hip width apart, so you don't want to feel like you're on a tightrope. Standing tall, shoulders back, and then here we go, straight arms, squeezing back behind, reaching forward. So there's not any movement of the lower body. I'm engaging my midline, keeping the shoulders down out of the ears, and then I'm just trying to squeeze those arms in, pushing that band back. Again, we're activating what's called our lats. Probably also feel like kind of your triceps engage, reaching forward, back and in. One more time. Reach and squeeze and release. Beautiful. Be careful as you step out of that, making sure not to trip. Right foot this time, right in the center, standing tall, left foot back behind, hip width apart. And when you're ready, standing tall, straight arms the whole time, reaching out and pulling back and in. Good. Engage the midline. Breathe in to reach. Exhale on that pull. Good. Lifting through the chest. Looks great, Diane. Reach. Row. Nice, Laura. Forward and back. Last one. Open. Close it down and release. Beautiful. Shoulder openers, either with the band or with the broomstick. All right, we're gonna go nice long arms. This is a really long broomstick. Taking it up to overhead with the band or with the stick, up and down. All righty, so just go a couple times, opening this way, and then as able, you're gonna try to bring it down behind the head. So I'm bringing it right behind my neck, keeping that chin in. I'm pushing straight up from there. So opening the chest, avoiding that forward head posture, chin in. If it doesn't feel good to go behind, bringing it down in front. Couple more times. Lifting up. If you can go behind, elbows back and down, it opens your chest a bit more, pushing straight past the head. Good job. Last one. Control down and lift and down and relax. Good job. Set that down. Go into our burpees next. So elevated burpee, 2, 1, whenever you're ready, placing those hands down. Try to pay attention to which foot steps back, which foot steps forward. So that was my left foot back and forward, and now I'm gonna step back with my right and up with my right first. We usually have a dominant side that we tend to favor. So see if you can train your body to alternate which side is functioning. Good. Reach high to overhead, ribs down, squeeze the glutes. Beautiful. 10 more seconds. Up and in, reach. Nice. Back and smile as you reach high. Woo! Good job. Taking it into your dance. Another way that you can very gently kind of bounce would be I would support my upper body. And I don't know if you can see my feet very well, but I'm not like literally coming off my toes. I'm just almost doing like a little calf raise and just very gently kind of bouncing. This, why we do this? You know, it's not meant to be stressful on your body. It's meant to kind of encourage that little bit of like a shake to kind of shake up your lymph. You have this lymph that functions in your body to help support your immune system. So any kind of little bounce just kind of helps keep all that system alive and active. All right, go ahead and rest there. That's our third set, everyone. We're just going to do it one more time through. Going back to that long band and our lat activation. And then we'll finish with some stretching. So lengthen it out. Make sure you're in a good position. We're going to step your left foot into the center or take a seat. Right foot steps back. Standing tall, and 2, 1, here we go. Palms are facing behind me. So I'm reaching forward, shoulders down out of the ears and squeeze. Similar to when we've done like some dips in the other class, and I talk about having little mini oranges in your armpits. And just imagine if you had those little cutie oranges in your armpits and you're trying to make orange juice without using your hands. You're kind of like squeezing through the armpits, engaging that lat. Reaching forward, back and in. One more. Reach and squeeze. Engage that big muscle of the back and release. Good job. Carefully step in and step out. Last time on these. So your right foot forward, left foot back, stand tall, and here we go. Squeeze it back, reach it forward. Breathe in as you reach, exhale as you pull everything in. Very good. Reach, row. Good. Not letting your back sway. So think front of the rib cage down. Keep pulling those ribs down and in. Keeping the shoulders stacked straight over your hips and making that orange juice. I see the message. Thank you. And 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. Band or PVC broomstick. Last little bit of shoulder openers. Okay. All right. And 2, 1. Here we go. We're going to take it up and over. If you're comfortable to bring it down behind the head, we're going to use it as a nice opener for that upper body. So either seated or standing, press it up, lower it down. If it doesn't feel good to take it behind the head, please bring it down in front of the body. Otherwise, I like that behind the head to really open up the chest and shoulders and avoiding that sway back. So ribs down, chin in. Fantastic. Lifting and lower. Good. One more. Couple more. Push high, gradually lower. Nice. And last one, push it up and then bring it down in front of the body. That must have been like a stick for a rake or something. All right, everyone, just burpees and dancing to finish. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Placing those hands down. Step back, step up and in, and engage those glutes as you reach up. I know I say it all the time, but we need to remember, try to wake up those big muscles of our lower body. And I'm saying big muscles in a complimentary way. It's one of our most powerful muscles in the body. So we want to keep it working, keep it functioning. Fantastic. Good job, Laura. Reach. You got it. Good, Shirley. Stepping it back, stepping it up. Breathe. Last one. Very good. And final 30 seconds here. Just kind of pretend you got some music on. If you don't, I don't play music on my end. It's harder to hear me. And we kind of have some issues with uploading to YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But you are always on mute on my end unless you come off. So that's a great invitation. Play the music that you like to move your body to. Music is a great way to kind of elevate joy, shift your mood. And 2, 1, and rest. Great job. All right, grab your water. Take a couple nice deep breaths, and then let's take it down to a seated position for our cool down stretches. All right. Nice work, everybody. All right. Sitting down, we're going to come to the edge of the chair, and we're going to give some love to the upper body first. We're going to do our eagle arms. So spread those arms nice and wide. Spread the fingers. Here is your right hand. You're going to bring the right hand under, left hand over, and then you're going to interlace those hands best you can. One pushes down while the other pushes up. And you just want to feel it wherever you feel it. Typically, you'll feel it in the lateral part of your shoulder of the arm that's on top. And then I can feel myself here. I'm kind of shrugged up, so I'm trying to relax those shoulders down and breathe to open. Good. Great time to close the eyes. Let's go one more nice deep breath. Expand the ribs and let it all go. Good job. When you're ready, shake them out. Splay those arms, and now it's going to be your left arm under, right arm over. Interlace. And here we go. Sitting tall, push one down, push the other up. And shoulders down out of those ears. Pull that chin in, keep lengthening up through the spine. And if you're comfortable to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes and focus on the breathing. Great job. One more breath in. And on the exhale, go ahead and release those arms. Fantastic. All right, sitting tall. Place your left foot down nice and firm, and then look to grab the knee or the shin on your right. You need to sit tall, hug it in, and see if you can get that foot to swing around the opposite leg. Hook it in. We're going to stretch out those glutes. So sit tall, Shoulders down as you hug the leg into the chest. Nice. And again, we can go back to the closed eyes, breathing, try to keep the head stacked right over the shoulders. Couple more breaths. Very good. When you're ready, go ahead and release that leg. Same thing, other side. Pull that foot up and in, swing it around, sit tall and hug it in. Good job. Second side here. So we're gonna go from this seated glute stretch to our figure four. If it feels a little bit too much on the hip to go into figure four, repeat this one. But we're gonna go back to that first leg. So setting that foot down, looking to grab your right leg and see if you can get your right foot above the knee of the left. Nice. And then sitting tall, you can use the right hand gently on the knee if you'd like. And then again, always checking in back in with that upper body. We tend to live up here, especially when we feel stress. So bringing it down, lifting through the chest. Sitting tall, you can gently bow forward if you want to feel it a little bit deeper in the hip. And when you're ready, come on out. Same thing, other side. Sitting tall, up and in. This will be our last one. Sitting nice and tall up out of the hips, shoulders down, and breathe here. All right, great work today, everybody. We're coming upon our hour. So I want to respect everyone's time, but it's always a great practice as you come out of this stretch. You can always take a moment to yourself. You can bring the chin down to the chest, looking up to overhead, some neck circles, just looking where else is your body holding tension and what can you do to help release that tension? Focusing on your breath, focusing on your breathing, and just moving that area of the body oftentimes will help us to relieve tension. So thanks so much. Keep yourselves well hydrated and hope to see you next time.